always said to myself that I'm so charming I should just marry myself. I'd be half bride and groom. I'd be a broom.
I thought my jokes were bad.
Well, at least I get an A for effort. Tim Burton. Tim Burton's Corpse Bride. Dearly beloved and departed, we are gathered here today to discuss a movie that handles the topic of
Knowledge!
And asks the question, can the living marry the dead? Because I'm pretty sure that the prince from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is going to have a problem with that. Lucky for me, I'm a stud muffin, and I don't have to worry about that.
Only way you get some pussy man's a bitch dies and wills it to you. And then, maybe.
Yo mama. To get back with the movie, set in the Victorian era, Corpse Bride tells a story about a young man and young woman set to be married. This was arranged by both parents so one side can raise their social class and the other can be saved from poverty. While practicing his vows in the forest, Victor accidentally proposes to a tree branch, which turns out to be a corpse. Victor must find a way to get back to the land of the living before Victoria is set to wed by a totally obviously not bad guy. Everybody knows Tim Burton for the stop-motion classic The Nightmare Before Christmas, and though his name is in the title, he did not direct it. This time, Tim Burton is the director. And while there is obvious problems with the movie, I really enjoy this one. Much like with Nightmare Before Christmas, the stop-motion is great. All the characters have a different way of moving and walking, and the designs are very distinctive. I also like the little details they have. For example, the town crier who rings the bell is literally shaped like a bell. Also, the residents of the Land of the Dead have a lot of fun details too. They all have different injuries indicating on how they die, and if your mind is as sick as mine, you can have a lot of fun with that.
Interesting.
The only issue I have with the animation is the facial expressions. They're very limited and for the most part have blank stares. Every once in a while there's a good expression.
Smile. Well, hello. Excuse me. Robin.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
The movie is filled with a lot of great actors. A lot are horror movie icons, famous British actors, some are even regulars to Tim Burton movies. Just to name a few, there's Johnny Depp, Helen Bonham Carter, Albert Finney, Michael Goth, Christopher Lee, and Emily Watson. I said Emily, not Emma. Thank you. All the actors do a great job. Unfortunately, the majority of characters aren't very engaging. Victor and Victoria meet for the first time at the beginning, and it's just love at first sight. After that, we only see them in 2 other scenes together. And at first, the relationship between Victor and Emily isn't so great either. Like I said, he accidentally proposes to this dead person by accident, and she just claims to be his wife.
Darling, who's this? Who is she? I'm his wife.
And to be honest, could you blame him for not wanting to be with Emily at first? Being with a corpse wouldn't exactly be, well, sanitary.
That's where the 4th hole is, right there.
Although after a while, they do take some time to develop the relationship a little bit. In fact, towards the end, you would actually think Victor would end up with Emily. But no, he actually goes with Victoria. However, Emily to me is the more compelling character in the movie. She has a tragic backstory about how she tries to run away with her love, but he ends up killing her. And gee, I wonder who it could have been. That's right, it was the butler! But it's always the butler. The setting for the movie is a great contrast, satirizing the Victorian era, whereas the Land of the Living is dark, colorless, and pretty much dead, as opposed of the Land of the Dead, which is colorful, bright, and more lively. And if that's the case, I want to go have some fun in the Land of the Dead.
Okay.
Not anytime soon. Not any. And with it being a Tim Burton movie, there's a lot of great atmosphere. It's also effective with Danny Elfman's composed music. It's both eerie, but calming at the same time. But when it has to be scary and horror themed, it gets it down pretty good. There are songs in the movie, 4 total. They're not as memorable as, say, The Nightmare Before Christmas, but they're done alright here. I also like how The Land of the Dead is clearly inspired by the village in the movie The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. And if you haven't seen that movie, you got some homework. Because this is the movie that gave Tim Burton his distinctive signature look in all of his films. The movie is only an hour and 14 minutes long, including credits, but it's told at a pretty decent pace. It does have to appeal to kids, and for the most part, the jokes are just cheesy puns and referencing movies and such. Once in a while, there's a few good references to movie makers and cinema. What I personally find funny about the movie is when Emily is dancing around and her leg comes apart and she trips, but she's able to put it back together. That's kind of funny. It's a good thing she didn't try and get too kinky with Victor. Imagine that. All of a sudden, she starts spreading her legs and then...
Oh, I'm sorry, Victor. My leg fell off. I'm so embarrassed. Has this ever happened to you before? No. As a matter of fact, no woman has ever spread her legs, let alone had her legs fallen off for me, and I think I'm scared.
One last major issue I have with this movie, though, is some plot holes I kind of picked up. And it's really involving how, in this movie's The Land of the Dead kind of works. For example, how was Victor able to come to the Land of the Dead when he is obviously still alive? Little stuff like that could be just overanalyzing, but at the same time, I think the writers were probably rushed to do a few things. I could be wrong, but Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, also directed by Tim Burton, came out around the same time as Corpse Bride. So, I don't know if he was rushing to get both projects done, or if it was just a little goof and such. Because I don't know if this was intentional. Victor's parents are looking for Victor, and then their carriage driver drops dead, and we never see the parents again.
Are you trying to kill us?
I don't know if that was a joke, or they just forgot they were in the movie, or they just said, we just need to finish this movie, so let's just forget about them. Now, despite my obvious issues with the movie, I really do like this one. I think I like it a lot more than I'm making it sound like to be, but I'm just giving a reasonable critique. By no means it's not as popular or good as The Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's a movie I watch every year for Halloween. For the animation, the music, the atmosphere, the casting, I'm gonna give Tim Burton's Corpse Bride 6 out of 10 Peter Lorre maggots. If there is anybody who objects to my critique, speak now or forever hold your penis. I mean peace. And that was my review of Tim Burton's Corpse Bride. What did y'all think? Did I miss anything? Please let me know down in the comments and leave a request for a future video. Follow my Instagram at abomb1996. Hit that bell to receive notifications for new uploads. Please like, share, and subscribe. I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss that. Oh wait, I'm not a pastor. I will see you guys later.